Hello, good morning everyone. Today we are going to present two different ways to create setups that we can use for everyday trade setups. One of them is the crossover of two lines. On this example we are looking to exponential moving average over the price panel. And the other is the crossover of a line with the constant value. In this case it is a stochastic on a second panel. So these two different techniques, we can create almost any logic because we can calculate the cross of any pair of lines and also the detect of a line with any fixed or constant value like 0 or an overbought or an oversold. Today we are looking at the beta version of Marker Plus for Ninjatrader 8, but the rules that we are going to review are valid for both versions, Ninjatrader 7 and 8. Let's start with the crossover of two lines. We remove all the indicators and now we copy the lines that we want to check their crossover. For example, we use the copy indicator. We select the first line. On this example it is an EMA with a period of 34. We can use any line, but for this example we are looking at the exponential moving average. We assign a name, let's say EMA 34, and we choose a red color for the first line. Now we add the slow line, an EMA with a period of 50. We repeat all the procedure. We use the copy, assign a name, EMA 50, and select the indicator with the correct settings. And now what we need is to detect the crossovers between both lines. For that we use the crossover indicator. Between the two lines, the copied names that we used. So we select EMA 34, EMA 50, and the result, the difference, we can assign any other name, like for example EMA 34 versus 50. And now at the bottom we get the difference. On Ninjatrader 7 we get a historical calculated version. On Ninjatrader 8 we have two options. Or we let it paint in real time. This is the histogram with the difference between the two lines. And on Ninjatrader 8 is calculated real time. Or if we want the historical, we can refresh the market replay. We can click go to the same time and date. And this is new on Ninjatrader 8. Each time we select a new starting point on playback, all the day is calculated again tick by tick. So we get a much better calculation for all the indicators applied to the chart. And we get at the bottom the histogram with the distance between the two lines with the variable that we have assigned, and again same as on Ninja 7 we can use this as a filter. When it is negative the red line is below, when it is positive the red line is above. We get also the signal, the green arrow at the crossover to the upside. And now if we want to automate that signal, we can use marker plus. We select an arrow up in color green, and now we need to select a valid ATM. So we select any ATM from Ninjatrader and click on this button, enable the longs, the shorts, and select manual or automatic mode. This is the same as on Ninjatrader 7. Now let's see the same, but between a line and a constant value. So we remove all the lines and we start by copying the line. On this example we are using the key line of stochastics. So I will use the name key. We select the indicator, stochastic. The stochastic has two lines, so we need to select which of the lines we want to copy. We select the key line, set the parameters, and if we set this by default on the price panel, we get this out of scale. So we need to place it on a secondary panel. We can choose that from the input parameters, selecting a new panel, or we can also move the line with the mouse. Now we need the constant values, the constant for overbought and oversold. For that we use the markers constant indicator. For overbought I will use an 80, and the name for this variable will be OB, overbought. The same for oversold with a 20, with the name of OS, oversold. Now we can overlap all the lines over the same panel. And now what we need is two instances of the crossover indicator. One to detect this crossover, the key line versus the overbought, and the other for the key line with the oversold. So we use the crossover indicator between the key line and overbought, OB. The histogram, we can assign the name key versus overbought, and I don't want to paint crossover to the upside, only the crossovers to the downside. So we disable the crossovers up, and again we get the histogram at the bottom in real time. We are just about to get a crossover to the downside, and there we have the arrow showing that crossover. We can also right click and refresh, so we get the complete day calculated with all the signals. We have the first crossover to the downside, another crossover to the downside. I am not using threshold, so we may get some noise. The noise happens when on the same bar the prices or the line is above and below, so producing fake crossovers. In this case we don't have a fake crossover, but to avoid it we can use a threshold. And now we need the crossovers of the key line against the oversold. So we use another crossover indicator between the key line and the oversold line, OS. The histogram, we can assign the name key versus oversold, and now we want the crossover to the upside, this crossover, not to the downside. So we remove the down crossovers. Again, we can do a refresh. And now we have both signals, long and short signals, painted. Here we have a short signal, and now a crossover to the upside, here and here. Another short signal on this crossover to the downside, and another here, and the crossover to the upside from the oversold area. The same here. Hope this video has been useful to create your A1 trade setup ideas. If you have any question, please post below this video. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.